going on?
Oh, you know, just keeping it 100, as the kids say.
Right. Keeping it 100, huh?
What's up with you, man? You dominating or what?
No, I need the league gods' help. I played 2 games before you got on and I lost them both.
Oh no.
I know.
Okay. Hopefully people come back in. So it is live again. It seems like it's not dropping frames as much, hopefully. I haven't seen any yet. It was like stuttering and stuff like that a second ago. That's why I had to restart.
Gotcha.
I wasn't lagging in game, but it was something about OBS. So restarted the modem, and then there was an update for OBS also that I did. So
That probably helped.
Yeah. What is no source selected? Properties, filters. Oh, okay. Good. I mean, it's unusual that it's like literally 0 when there were a bunch of people that were waiting a second ago. Stream. Is it what? Let me look, try to see if I can watch it on my phone. Is it working? Can you see it on your phone at all?
Yeah, you're good.
So it's showing us right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I wasn't. Hold on a sec.
Okay, let me see.
Me just showing live.
Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. All right, we'll go. It said something like data stream's gonna close shortly unless data is something or other. Blah,
All right,
blah,
now
blah.
it is.
Okay. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, yeah, that was weird. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. Hopefully that should fix it. I updated. Okay, thanks, Gray. Yeah, cause I just reset the modem, and then updated OBS, and then YouTube's thing. I had to update that. Anyways, it was a bunch of crap got reset that I had to update, and I know we had like 50 or 60 people here before I reset, so I was like, it's weird that we're at 0. I get that some people are gonna go do something else, but especially some of the committed fans, like not a single person. Okay, it's like that has to be a YouTube thing. All right, but it looks like we got it, hopefully. So, and it looks like we're not dropping frames too, so that's good. So let me know if y'all. I don't see any more dropped frames over here, so that should be good to go. It could have just been that I needed to update OBS, if there was just a problem with OBS. I don't know. It wasn't Xfinity, at least according to their official site. They're not working on anything. But they also said I had a problem with the modem before I reset it, so it was probably just I needed to reset the modem. They usually don't reset it until there's a problem, and that's probably not good. I probably should reset it like once a week at least, but... Okay, so I'll probably delete that one game stream, and this is what people will have. So sorry if y'all missed that. What is that? Alright, we'll just get rid of Morg. We'll just continue the Rakan hard smurfing here and see if we can help Jason reach his goals.
Hope you're ready to play for 24 hours.
I'm ready. I'd love to do it.
Yeah, me too.
Unfortunately, this one has a I have to be a little bit shorter today because I got to grade a huge stack of papers before my 8 a.m. class, so
Gotcha.
probably have to check out at 3 or 3:30, but hey, thanks, Black Falcon. Yeah, it was choppy for a lot of people, and objectively it was choppy just looking at OBS's readings. So I had to just restart the modem and update OBS for a couple of minutes there. But yeah, it will be a shorter stream, unfortunately, but I should be able to still get in a couple more games, 2 or 3. Just trying to do the math. I think I've got this weird setup that I'm trying to do where I'm experimenting in class. We have to do like there has to be at least 2 speeches at this this is the smaller college that I work at, and there has to be 2 speeches in the semester, and I'm doing them for the last 2 units. But basically for this assignment, I have them research an organization where they might want to apply, and this is a dual enrollment class. These are a lot of high school students taking classes at the university, and so pretty much all of them are just picking where they're going to apply for undergrad. It's probably, if I don't know what you mean by original time. I think originally it was like 8 p.m. or something, but that's not gonna happen. Probably 11 is the earliest I could possibly go, but the viewership is way lower at those times, and it's harder for me to get on because then my daughter's still awake, and so she will come in and want to play and stuff like that. So it's probably going to be, midnight to 4, for the foreseeable future on most nights. Like a research abstract, like explaining why they think this school would be a good fit, why they're going to fit in there and all that stuff. And then I'm doing like a mock interview with them to where they tell me someone at the... Is he switching with Graves though? Or it'd be terrible top also.
I don't know.
I don't own Tom Kench.
My heart and sword, always for Demacia.
I'll dodge it at the last second here.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that. Kid's obviously a troll. It's a waste of time. Yeah, it's just all about understanding how to market yourself to the organization. Like, I think that's the biggest thing, is people don't know how to do cover letters or how to interview. And they don't research the organization. So they don't really know, like, what they'd be doing at the job or, at the university, or who they should talk to, or that they should even be talking to professors. It's no. I mean, especially not with Teleport, man. He's a troll. In gold, it's not working. Especially if the dude's not like a one trick, it's not working. He was trying to get a dodge, and he got it. I guarantee you, he was probably just mad because he didn't get his main role and he wanted to throw a fit, and that's it. I think that's all there is to it. It's like, yeah, if you're playing a basketball game, you can make shots, you know, with your eyes closed behind your back, like with your offhand. It's like, yeah, it can happen, but I'd rather have someone that's facing the right way, shooting an appropriate looking shot in the vast majority of games. Any situation where I don't want cleanse on Garen support, I mean, Garen support's so next level, I don't even know if I can comment on it.
What, man? Come on, you know that'd be good.
I just can't comprehend it.
I'll run to the restroom real quick.
Okay. How much champ should I play in one role? Asked Shane. So you're asking how much like should you focus on one champion in a role? I mean, it's up to you and like how you like to play the game. I will say like usually the most successful people that win a lot of games play 1 to 3 champions a lot in a season. There are very few samplers. I think one tricking, if you have the right kind of one trick, is the best way to get to diamond. But it also just depends. I mean, if you don't like that, if you have to play other stuff, you know, if you're not enjoying, you know, the game to some extent and playing that one champion, then, you know, obviously don't do it. So different people are different ways. But, like, theoretically, you know, taking motivation aside, just sort of objectively, if you have more games on a champion, you're gonna have more experiences on that champion, and you're gonna know how to react to different situations better because you've been in those situations. It's the same concept as why like experience is valuable in pretty much anything that you do, right? The more that you've done it, the more you're gonna know like what's gonna happen in different situations, and you're probably gonna be able to react better. All else being equal, right? If your skill level, you know, like just your innate whatever, biology or whatever is all the same, if you have experience, it's good. So just getting a bunch of experience on a champion is usually the best way to do it. You just have to be a little careful because it, you know, you have to pick the right kind of one trick. And I talk about that in my best one trick video, so be sure to check that out. I've done like 2 or 3 this year, kind of updated, but here, I can just pull it up real quick since we have a couple of minutes. I can at least pull up the Google Doc for it. Remember when I did that update. Let me see. One trick. Here we go. So check out the video to this if you want to know more about it. But it just as far as like quality of one tricks, when you're trying to think if that's something that you might be interested in doing, and you could do this for like 2 champions or 3 champions as well. But you want something that has less than, ideally, and very few champions are going to meet all of these criteria, but less than 25% solo queue presence, so something that's picked or banned less than a total of 25%, less than 75% pro presence, because if it's in pro a lot, it's played a ton, it's probably going to be nerfed. Greater than a 7% delta, which means that people who put a lot of time on this champ are going to improve their win rate, usually. So if we look over here at delta, what am I even looking at? Okay, well, there's something broken about that. I guess right now, usually that's a useful stat, but the thing that's doing like best like one tricks is broken right now, apparently. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay, so you can't look at Delta or figure that out on Analytics right now. So scratch that one. He's have some, just be really strong, have some combination of resilience, damage, mobility, and utility. Good in several different metas because you don't want to spend a lot of time trying to learn a champion that is very volatile, right? So something that's really good in specific kinds of metas and really bad in other types of metas. So, versatile items, runes, multiple ways to win the game. You can snowball, you can come back from behind, you can flex into multiple roles potentially, you can split push, you can team fight, you can take objectives, you can farm really well. Limited enemy counterplay, so stuff that doesn't have a lot of counters. So yeah, there's not a lot of champs that are going to meet all these criteria, but these are all things that you need to be like thinking about if you're trying to pick a one trick. Oh, I hope Jason's back. Are you back, Jason?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I forgot to unmute myself. I was just chilling.
No, it's all good. I forgot I was talking. I was like, oh wait, he went to the bathroom.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay. Alright, let me. So yeah, I mean, but it's up to you and how you like to play. Jesus, YouTube's wrecking me tonight, though. I mean, part of it was kind of the disconnect, but something weird going on there too. Like if we look at that, like okay, I thought it had dropped off or something. I guess it was some kind of visual, something weird going on. It might be that it's still advertise. Maybe it's advertising the other stream also, still, even though it's been off for a little bit. So it's like not advertising this one because it advertised the other one. Which is fine. I just hope I don't get put in the penalty box. The YouTube penalty box for that. YouTube purgatory. But yeah, so it's up to you. So yeah, circling back to what Shane said, it's up to you how much you want to focus. But in general, if it doesn't affect your motivation too much, if your one goal is to win as many games as possible, lowering your champion pool is almost always a good idea. It's just better. I think especially the lower the bracket goes, it's better to have experience on the champion that you're playing rather than how well the champion fits into the meta. I think there is still a tier list of stuff that's good, something like Bard is going to make for a better support than something like Master Yi, So there's always going to be a tier list, a theoretical tier list, right? But when you're actually dealing with yourself and what you like to play, what you're good at, and things like that, then ultimately the number one priority if you're trying to win is get experience on something and just play stuff you're experienced on. I'd rather play something that is, or play with a teammate who's playing something that is maybe slightly off meta, that they have a lot of experience on, rather than someone who's like first timing a meta champ. I need to just have my daughter start grading these essays. Just print them out and grade them in crayon.
Yeah.
Like, what? I mean, I'm okay with it if you're okay with it. I personally don't have a, I'm personally not like emotionally invested in what people play. I just try to give advice. But yeah, I mean, if you want to play Gragas support, you can. Yeah. I mean, Gragas is not as bad as something like Master Yi. It's like he's got some good qualities to him. It's just I just think there's other stuff in general that is better, but I mean, if that's how you want to roll. I mean, I always say like if you win with it, you know, just keep going. Now, y'all are talking about morals now. I mean, if you're playing something that you know is going to lower your team's chance to win significantly, but you're just kind of YOLO queuing it for fun, I mean, that's up to you. I personally find that, you know, a little problematic morally, but I mean, I've done some off-meta stuff before, but when I do it, my intent is that it could be good, and I'm trying it out. Like, my intent is pretty much never to troll. Unless I'm like hovering something troll because someone trolled me in champ select and I'm gonna dodge, like what happened, you know, 8 minutes ago. Yeah, my intent is always, you know, to win. Well, Pantheon actually, like, it is weird, but he has a very specific like set of skills. You know, just like, what is that from? That's from
Oh man, you said it well too. Oh my gosh.
That's the
Why
Liam
can't you think of
Neeson.
this? Taken.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so he's got a specific set of skills that makes him very good in pro, and he's good in. He's just a super early game. He's a ranged Braum. I think that's very, very different. He's like a melee.
He will find you.
That's right.
And he will kill you.
He's a melee Zyra or something. I mean, he just does a hell of a lot of burst damage in the early game. Like, that's it. You better snowball real hard early. And he does roam pretty well with his ult. He has a very unique kind of trade where he can go in, do a hell of a lot of damage, then he uses that shield, and he can walk back out without taking much in return. And it's a point-click stun, so it's really hard to outplay that at a pro level. But if he doesn't, and I've been crushed by him in solo queue. Damage focus Braum. Why the hell can't we get real people tonight? Like, what's the issue?
I mean, I'll dodge this one.
It's up to you. I can wait another 5 if you want, or I'll play it. I don't care.
Well, I mean,
I don't think it's gonna be good.
God, I'm gonna dodge it.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Okay, another 5. I just feel like if I wanted to play something like Pantheon, I'd probably just play Leona or Nautilus.
You there?
Yeah. I'm just looking at his history. I mean, he has a decent win rate with it, but it's just so bad. It's like it's AD, attack speed, TF in the jungle. I mean, he has like a negative, like he's been carried in every game that he won. basically, where he had that pick. Or there's a couple where he's 50-50, like there's an 8-7 one, and there's a 13-8, so he did all right in that one. But then there's a 3-10, 2-4, 12-13, 5-11, 1-6, 3-13. So he has a couple of games. I don't even think he's got a 2 KDA. I don't know. It just seems really bad. It's worth a few points on a dodge. So sorry, I know it's annoying for the stream, but
I know.
But Jason's got to win these games, and we got to quit playing around.
I felt bad too because I was like, oh, man,
I know.
Just play it just for everyone watching.
That happens to me, and that's why it hurts me in terms of my elo. But
sorry, everybody.
It's all good. We're just talking about stuff, anyways. Here, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he does have a decent win rate, but it's so questionable. I mean, we did have a misfortune bottom, the Garen top. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could have carried him. It's really hard to carry jungle, though. That's one of the hardest roles to carry. Because if they get behind, like, it's so difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the enemy comp was. I don't see. We had Garen. What do we have? We had Garen, and then Misfortune, then Azir TF. I mean, maybe I remember they had Soraka. I don't remember what else. I mean, maybe it was playable, but like a 3-point dodge, I don't think is that bad. Let's see. We can see if. Oh, I saw that Rookie and the Shy are going to TSM. So that's like 2 of China's really good players from IG 2 years ago, world champions.
Dang.
So yeah, apparently TSM bought out their contracts for $15 million.
Wow, it must be nice.
Yeah. So yeah, they're putting some big money down, and they did kick Double Lift on October 10th. Someone was like, I don't think they've done that yet. I'm pretty sure that was a thing. Yeah, that was back on the 10th.
It's crazy.
Basically right after finishing 0-6 at Worlds. And I thought some people, because like from what I had heard, it was he was like doing an interview and he like laughed or smiled or something, and it just infuriated Reggie, who's the owner, Reginald. It's like, why is he smiling? We just got 0-6. That's embarrassing, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, it's just hard to develop NA time. I mean, they have like a training league for it, but there's just so few people that play in NA compared to other places like Europe, Korea, and China. In the solo queue, it's like, you know, it's like sports, AAA versus AA. A big part of it. But yeah, I mean, TSM is just all about trying to win, right? They're not trying to develop or whatever. And they, oh my god. It's like nails on a chalkboard. This website, they misspelled success in the title. Come on, man.
Yikes. That's a big yikes.
I mean, they spelled October with a K, so maybe it's
Are we trolling?
European or something. Well, they put the date in the American style, though. Americans, I think, are the only one that put the month first, right? I don't know what's going on here. Surely to God he knows how to spell October If it like, I could understand if it's like German or something. Maybe like that's how they spell it. I don't know, but that's weird. Anyways, I'm not usually like a grammar, you know, grammar hater, but yeah, it's rough. But anyways, yeah. So what? So they are. So Bjergsen's gone, Doublelift's gone, and then presumably their top lane's gone. And I don't even
Yeah, they're gutting that team.
Yeah. TSM's probably had the most like rebuild, you know, scenarios ever. I heard weren't they trying to get, who did they sign? I thought they signed a new bot lane as well. Maybe that was somebody else. Is TSM making changes in the bot lane for the next LCS? I mean, the story was broken, right? Like 2 or 3 weeks before this article ran. I mean, was that story just wrong? I mean, Doublelift's kicked, right? Like I thought I heard that from everywhere. Is this person just not like doing any research before they write this article, or what? Rumor has it TSM is in talks with Impact and Licorice. Well, that rumor is incorrect because they got the shy. Oh, it was a joke? Oh, it's satire. Is it?
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Oh, you think it might have been a fake article? Okay. I mean, it did look a little... I mean, let's just go... I mean, it says this here, but we also, like, we know Bjergsen's gone, like, 100%. So this is not, like, necessarily up to date. Well, okay, I guess maybe that article's not true about Doublelift then. I thought that I read that in multiple places, not just on that article. I thought that I heard that on one of the talk shows or something, but maybe not. So we're against Yasuo Lulu, probably?
Yep.
Okay.
I think you guys are pretty decent against that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be alright.
I against Woo? Probably.
I mean, that's true, Dave. That's true. I hadn't really looked into it too much.
Oh,
I could have sworn that I heard about it on one of the main sites, though, but... Farticle. They're not gonna make that a word. Fake article.
This ought to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, it should be pretty much a free lane for you.
Yeah, as far as farming at least.
Yeah. You just hard push him in and roam to one of the side lanes.
I think I'm definitely gonna be coming bot lane.
That's right. And it's very vulnerable. It's real easy to bait Yasuo a lot of times.
Yeah, like you.
Yeah. And then I have good engage, and Draven can, you know, blow him up.
Honestly, if he goes to you, just wait to W. Well, I don't even know. I don't need to tell you how to do that. You know. Like if Yasuo's like going through the minions, wait, and then like when he's going away, then try and W him.
Yeah.
And then I can hopefully ult them back.
Yeah. I mean, there's very little outplay for him when I, you know, just ult and run.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Lulu's really annoying to deal with, but baited. But yeah, so whoever their top laner is gonna get. I can't even remember. Broken Blade was one of their better players, I think, for a while. But I mean, you can't really turn down the Shy, you know, like.
Who is that?
So he was the top laner for IG, and they won Worlds 2 years ago in China. And they're getting his partner, Rookie, who is widely considered at the time the best mid laner in the world, and I think he's still considered a really high level talent. They're both like top 10 and probably top 5 top laners, or like top laner and mid in the. I don't know. I think the Shy may have fallen off a little bit, but he's still almost certainly top 10. I mean, they're way better than anything in NA. I'm pretty sure. So
right.
That's why they're rolling out the wheelbarrow of cash for him. I mean, they've tried international stuff before. They've done that a lot with like former world champions and things, and rolled out the money, and hopefully it works. But the culture and the language thing is never guaranteed. Like learning English is really hard, and like the culture in America is very different than China. So they've had. I don't know if they've had that many Chinese players. They've had Korean players before who didn't really work out. But the fact that they're bringing 2 of them and that they were already teammates and they really like each other, I think the Shy has said he's going to retire if they move him somewhere where Rookie is not. Then they'll have that going for themselves. So at least they'll have a buddy, you know, that speaks the language, can relate, you know, with the homeland and stuff like that.
That's got to be another obstacle if like you got players from different like regions on the same team trying to speak different languages.
Yeah, that's very difficult for a lot of reasons, and that has set some people back. Some people learn English pretty well and work.
Yeah.
Like Impact has done very well in America. People forget he was a former world champion. Wait, he's really old school. He's from, I think he won Worlds on back in like 2013 or 2014.
Right.
With blanking on the name, Faker's team.
Don't get out of control. It ain't a party.
That ain't happening, Graves. Need sets. Yeah, set's not there, man. If you're starting, I don't know why he's starting top. Like, why would you not want to fight Shyvana at Crab as Graves? 2013 SKT, that's right. Yeah, so he's been around for like 7 years. It's like dinosaur age in esports. So yeah, that can be really hard, and some people are better with it than others. But yeah, I mean, it definitely messes up communication and shot calling and things like that. It can be tough. Depends on how, like, you know, just smart the players are too. Like, there are some players that, you know, can understand the game so well theoretically that they just don't, like, they know what's going to happen there. If you have a team that's that has the same kind of culture, right? If they, you know, play the same style that you're used to, or if they can adjust and play the style that you're used to, then that works. Yeah, if you have someone that's like a foreigner that's super aggro, and you know your team is like really passive, that you know it can be a problem. We got the flash. Didn't mean to say foreigner. That sounds like almost a foreign player. It sounds almost xenophobic, but no foreigners. Okay, Graves is working bot side. Okay, there's his wind wall.
They will see me. They will see my dance.
Gotta love me some Draven on my team.
Look good. Feel good. Kick some ass.
So Wukong and Shyvana flashes, TP middle. Well, I don't know why he didn't auto attack that. At least. It's like we had Graves shadowing us, so. Is Graves gonna back? I mean, we can get this dragon like very soon.
I don't need anything.
Shyvana might be trying to come down for dragon. Graves probably wants to back. I thought he'd have more farm than that. Yeah, we need to push this up. I'm gonna try to get a ward on it so Shyvana doesn't. Yeah, she is trying to do it. Yeah. Where's she? Where'd she go? Did she flash out?
She might have went up back that way.
Okay.
I didn't see her.
Dragon was half health. Yeah, she wants it.
I need my love to hurt. I need it scary. I don't apologize for it.
See if I can roam down and kill it.
Hit the Lulu. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm coming bot.
Okay. Okay, nice. Good roam. I could get, is fantasy esports still a thing? That's a type of content I guess I could try to connect if I followed the scene a little bit more. Maybe next semester when I have a little bit more time. Dude, tell me she doesn't get this. I don't have a ward. Well, you gotta, yeah, he's gotta ping that and tell us to back up. I mean, I guess I should have looked at his thing, but it's usually a good idea out there if you ping stuff. Okay, I guess We really don't. I'm just gonna get this.
They're gonna try and test me?
I mean, boots are good, but getting a little more CDR right before my ult is nice. I might try out Ionians a little bit more.
All filthy,
The CDR is so useful.
and that's why I love it.
I understand Swifties. Ionians actually have the best win rate, but he's going Infinity Edge too. I like that. Pretty sure they just backed. Oh, they're already at their tower. Gonna get his shield out of the way there. So Ornn's dead. Oh, it's Comet Ornn. What? Oh no, dude, just let me get vision. Just chill.
Let's see what's happening now.
Alright. I tried.
Shut down. Rampage.
Come on. Oh. They gotta be a little upset about that.
What's up, Ray Woods? A little diffed and miffed.
Yeah, just a little.
I think since I started playing Rakan again, we've won literally every lane bottom. Like, pretty hard. So if we can
It's
just keep that
Rakan,
going.
the plat from here on out.
It's alright.
I'm coming. Oh, don't get hit by the Q. Dude, I hate that Shyvana hitbox.
Yeah, it's pretty obnoxious.
Here to entertain myself.
Maybe should not have queued right in front of him like that, but okay, I think Graves gonna, well, he's just gonna int a kill for him. Thought he was maybe gonna clean it up,
buddy.
but
Honestly, should have just backed up. But
I got a cause dive. That's me.
yeah, it's like laning with an Ezreal, except actually really good. You have a Draven on your team. That's why he's my favorite ADC. It's different builds, but all of them hit like a well, not he can get tier, but a lot of them are less likely to go tier.
I can't die looking this good.
Shyvana might creep up here in a little bit.
They will remember my name.
I think we can kill her. I think we 2v3 this if she shows up.
I'm gonna live forever.
Is he at? Oh, he has Rift. Okay. Huh.
you really be getting dragged right now?
They're scared of magic. They are scared. Where
Horn's heading that way. Oh, maybe not. He's staying mid.
I turned that around real hard. They thought they're gonna blow that Draven up. Rakan rolls up out of nowhere.
Don't leave nothing. Bring it all.
Come on, Graves. Come on, Graves. Okay, he backed up.
Turret plating will fall soon.
ADC might actually be playable. It's playable right now if you just play good ADCs. You just have to play like Misfortune, Jhin, or Draven. Draven would be a playable role if they just like removed Manamune and quit baiting the hell out of noobs, basically. Alright, I'm not sure what I want next. I guess we'll just get a couple of these control wards.
I'm just trying to live the moment.
Yeah, ADC should be improved. It's really hard to balance it for solo queue and pro.
Fun. I need some fun. Now.
So your wards are a little slower with this build for sure, but
Oh yeah, I'm coming back with you.
okay.
I will make
See if I
I
can
don't
scare
know.
them off of it.
I will make them hear.
Your team has destroyed.
Yeah, just keep going. I'll follow up.
Okay.
What humans call magic, we call life.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, Wayne. I mean, it's not crazy. Like, I've asked that before, and asked that before. I mean, a lot of it's just focus. I'm playing at the highest level. I mean, it's the same thing that I tell other people all the time. You know, like, pretty much everything I can work on, just like everybody else. A lot of it's just focus, you know, just like, and punishing mistakes by people. So just tracking timers better. Just always trying to be as aggressive as possible, getting all of your small incremental advantages whenever you can, not getting baited into stupid fights, trying to get better vision control, committing to, you know, like one champion a lot, one or two champs. I mean, I'm always, so there's always going to be a little bit of, you know, less focus than some people. And not only do I talk about League, but I talk about other stuff too. So that's just, I mean, part of that's just how I roll. But part of that is also I could be keeping track of timers, like dodging more. I already dodge a decent chunk, but sometimes I'll play games that I probably shouldn't be playing. And just your standard mechanical stuff, you know, just miss less skill shots, you know, that type of stuff.
I probably need to rotate to help them.
Oh yeah.
I dance because I'm free.
Oh, I got the wrong angle there. Okay, you got me.
But yeah, so I think I've got like enough knowledge probably to get to Masters. I mean, there's still a lot I can learn. It's not like I have perfect knowledge, but I think a lot of it is just execution. It's focus and execution. I think it's the biggest stuff. I think I've gotten a lot better this season, though. I think I'm more consistent.
I've gotten a lot better this season too.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's probably it. It's like people have asked me why don't I get a coaching session or something like that. It's like I still think there's plenty of stuff I can work on, and I do go back and look at some of my streams for ideas.
Humans claim it is theirs. They fence us off.
I might try to go for Masters next season. We'll see. I mean, it's really hard. It's not like it's a walk in the park. Like you just put your head down. I mean, even just playing like 2,000 games or something, like it's not guaranteed that you're gonna, get to where you want to be. Like people in Diamond are very good, and it's really volatile too, right? Like, because whenever you're climbing, you have to outperform. You can't just do the same as everybody else. That means I have to be able to like hard carry a lot of stuff, and that's the higher up you go, the harder that is. Damn, this is ear carry though. You are like 9-0. It's nice.
Yeah, it's just a lucky game.
Dude, I was watching not to throw any shade on Zyrene, too much shade on Zyrene, but I was watching some pro guide stuff got recommended, and a couple of them had some clickbait titles. Surprise, surprise. But like one of them was like why season 11 jungle is ruined, and he talked about stuff in the past that he didn't like about the jungle changes for like 90% of the video. Then at the end, he just talked about how they were changing camp kiting, and that was going to be the end. And most of the stuff he mentioned was like stuff that they balanced and fixed. And some of it was like the timers. They're like, oh, giving people timers for the jungle, it ruined it. Because the skill was keeping track of timers. And it's like, it's not a good skill. Like, okay, it's a skill, but especially for a large portion of the population, like, it's not good. Shyvana's going to come through here. I don't have a ward, though. Someone's got to... I'm gonna have flash over this. But anyways, he was talking about like champions you should never play. And Azir was like the #2 one that he mentioned. He's like, Azir's too difficult, like requires too much mechanics and blah blah blah. I'm like, you can play Azir in solo queue, like it's fine if you're good enough. It's not like a champ that structurally has a problem with like YOLO queue, right? Like you can get away from stuff, you don't have to die to ganks, you scale really well, you have good CC, but you don't have to have a lot of team coordination. It's like, yeah, he has a low win rate, but like there's a lot of champs that have a low win rate that are still really good in the right hands, you know? I don't have ult for 10 seconds. Wukong's creeping.
I'm coming to you guys.
Okay, let's just back up out of here. It's like his first one, I think, was Tahm Kench, and that one makes sense because Tahm Kench does require a lot of coordination, and like his style of play is just not that great in solo queue, just like the peel.
Me and Graves are not with you guys. Well, I mean, you guys are just 3v5.
Oh god. What was that? What the hell just pulled everybody in? Oh, maybe Dragon's Descent. Yeah, we should have just backed it. That was dumb. probably just I don't have that much CC. Let's do like a Shirelius probably.
I am definitely more confident in dangerous situations.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, the way he said it, it wasn't just like don't play him unless you have a lot
Damn.
of. I mean, I just felt like there were better champs to point out. No, Set's trying to go for a backdoor win.
Maybe.
Dude, just please Set. We don't have to ARAM, man. Help him. Graves. Hello. I mean, Graves could have helped. Like, yes, Set shouldn't be YOLOing, but... Alright, we got 3 dead. We might be able to...
Damn it, I died. I should just gave drag.
Boys, can we just back up?
We just get to...
We don't have enough pressure. Just back up. Just back up. We're gonna have to go get some more here in a second. Just get another lane. Oh, I forgot we had another open inhib. We should have gone for the open inhib. Whatever. I don't know if he's saying I'm good or bad, but it's 2v5. Yeah, just run, he's dead. We're coming, it's probably gonna be too late, yeah.
I just wait for us. Well, maybe? Never mind. We should have waited for you.
Yeah, I think, and now it's 3v3. I think we win at 3v3. Set comes up here.
It's auto Graves. It's auto Graves.
Why is Set? Dude, you're not gonna end it, Set.
Might.
No, he's not. I mean, it's close, but it's like, we're giving him a lot of gold. Just go get Baron. That Graves was so squishy. Oh, because he went lethality instead of Death Dance. That Shyvana's in the area. She's not there yet, but keep an eye on her. I mean, she's coming over. I think y'all are gonna get it first, though. No, it doesn't. If I'm already ulted, then Polymorph won't stop my CC from working. It stopped my W.
Alright, we're all live. Let's do it.
Yeah. But can we all get on the same screen? Alright, let's see if we can get this.
Find out
That's
next.
right. Find out next time on why this game should have ended 10 minutes ago.
Right on. Yeah, just follow Draven.
Still don't have Set. We probably win a 4v5, but God. It's like if people would just group, man. I know it's like the dumbest answer, it's the simplest answer, but when you're really far ahead and they don't even have towers in their base, like, there's no reason to split push if you beat them in a team fight. I do think there's a time and place. I don't think you should always group, but if you're really far ahead and you have a really good team fight, like, why would you not, you know? Okay. He completely whiffed.
Alright, now we go.
Yeah, I mean, just force them to come on to us. Like, they're the one that have to do something. Alright.
I just ended the game because I'd hate for us to
Oh, that's
lose
boring, man. Alright. Trying to actually win. How much time? So if we get 35 minutes for a game, I'd have 4 hours-ish. Okay, I'll do one more. I feel bad if we dodged twice and then I had to do a reset. So I'll do one more. I'm pretty sure I can grade them fast enough. There's probably some students that didn't even turn it in. It was due last night. I haven't even looked today. It's like, whatever.
Just tell them they'll be a little late grading.
That's right.
The
Well,
end of the the leagues.
well, they know that. Trust me. I'm always a little bit. That's the weakest part of my teaching game is getting grades back really fast.
Just
I don't
be
do
like
that.
Kids.
Daddy's got to earn money somewhere else, man. University's not paying me. I got to stay up till 4 in the morning. Rory actually asked me today. She's like, "Dad, why do you work at night?" She's like, "Why are you taking a shower at night?" I took a shower at like 10 p.m. or something. I said, "Daddy works at night because that's when you're asleep and that's when a lot of the viewers are awake."
Oh.
Is Jason gonna get plat by the end of season 11? I think he means season 10.
Hopefully by season 11. That would be.
That'd be nice. But yeah, I mean, that's the goal. He's been in Plat 1 promos.
Yeah. That's the feels bad part.
I know.
2 and 3. We won 2, lost 2, and then lost the third one.
Yeah.
It was
It's rough. I mean, that
Went all the way back down to gold 3.
yeah, hopefully that doesn't happen to you. That happened to me like 2 or 3 seasons. Almost every season when I was in Platinum and couldn't get to Diamond, I would get to Platinum 1. Or at least a couple of seasons where I got into promos like once or twice and then fell down to Platinum 3 or Platinum 4.
Yep. So hopefully I can work my way back up there for like a final run.
That's right.
My kid's about to be born here in the next like less than a week probably.
Yeah. So that's gonna put a little it's gonna add some extra time constraints.
Yeah. So like this weekend, I don't know what you got going on, but I have to go pretty hard this weekend.
That's right. Maybe we do a 48-hour stream special this weekend.
I would first start with 24 hours. I don't know about 48. That's a lot.
That'd be pretty funny. It's like, yeah, we're gonna play 100 games in a row. Now, how many? You could probably get like 40 games in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Assuming you have like, you'd probably have to take a small break every now and then. Like every 6 hours, take a 15-minute break. You're working at McDonald's or something. How much of a break? I think we used to get. Depends on how long your shift was, I think. It used to be something like a 30 minutes or a 1 hour break on like an 8-hour shift.
I think I'm gonna have to start banning Echo, dude. I hate that champion.
I'm okay with it, yeah, because he's really obnoxious. I think he's very
It's
good.
not even in like it's not even in mid lane. It's jungle too.
Yeah, it's 2 different roles. Not only does he do a lot of damage, but he's got a lot of utility. Like that stun, if he hits that in a team fight, it's pretty much lights out. He's got 2 health bars. He's really difficult to deal with.
Let's dance.
I like the Graves jungle.
Yeah. Still pretty solid. If they know what they're doing on it. My favorite junglers are still the tanky stuff with CC, my team, but like Graves can hard carry. I like Nunu, Hecarim,
Oh yeah, for sure.
especially Nunu. Hecarim's really good. It's just like he's actually pretty squishy early on. Like he gets Trinity, and then these days he gets Death's Dance. Does anti-heal affect Echo's ult? I believe it does. Same thing with Zillion. The problem is Zillion, like, they stay down for so long that by the time they come up, I think usually the Grievous Wounds is worn off. But yeah, anything that, like, refills health like that, very few exceptions. Lulu does not affect Lulu's ult, because it's an infusion of health, not a heal. But most of those other type of revive things are heals. Okay, this should be fine. I think so, Quack. There were actually more people in Pro. I've been running this page for a long time. There have been more people in Pro that have been running Ulti Hunter. I think in the most recent what is it, the Chinese team, the S something or other, SNC? I can't remember their initials, but when they played Rakan in that last series, they ran Ulti Hunter. But yeah, especially after the nerf to Nimbus Cloak, I don't think it's worth. Like, Nimbus Cloak Transcendence is what people usually take, or Nimbus Cloak Celerity. I've never been a huge fan of that. It's debatable whether you go... I mean, sometimes people go for Relentless Hunter for more roaming, but I think Ulti Hunter's just so good. You have a very high impact ult, getting whatever it is, like 40% cooldown on your ult. 25% cooldown on your ult. Is a huge deal. Because, like, every time it's up, should just be a kill.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
The other secondaries that I run sometimes
Let's call it battle. It's just a dance.
are Triumph plus the Tenacity rune. I wikied TSM to see if Double Lift was really released from the team or not. Apparently he wasn't. I thought he was, but
Humans claim it is theirs. They fence us away.
I got disinformation.
Has spawned.
No, I really looked at it because I'm thinking about joining. They asked me, they said, hey, we'll offer you like $2 million for 2 years if you want to come out here. I said, I don't know, man.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time, I don't know. I could probably convince my wife to go out there. That'd be tough, man. I mean, we'd actually have to sit down and calculate cost of living in LA to see if that's even worth it, honestly. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it is expensive.
I don't want a world that's safe.
And they, Blitz was sitting in the dragon pit and hooked Vayne over it. So I guess they warded Tribush before I did, and they're just sitting in the dragon pit. Got some next level strats here.
Boy.
Gonna try to get him to use his hooks on me.
I'm gonna burn this place down. Then help them build it back up. So I can burn it.
I could W into him, but it's not worth it. I don't have my shield out. So yeah, if you think about, I'd probably have to, if we were in like LA proper, I'd probably have to send her to a private school. Public education is probably terrible in LA unless you're like in a super rich part of town, which earning $1 million a year would not put you in a rich part of town in LA.
It's crazy to think about.
And then to buy, you know, a reasonable house is probably at least like $800,000 or something, if not more, for a little hole in the wall. I don't know. It may not even be worth it, honestly. And then we'd be isolated from a lot of like friends and family. Have to, you know, walk around all the like homeless people and stuff like that, which, you know, it's sad that people are homeless and I feel bad for it too, but it's also like, you know, dangerous. A lot of them are addicted to drugs or they have mental health issues or both. And so it'd be dangerous to like walk around.
I will make them dance.
It'd be dangerous for Rory to go to school. 800K is a shack in LA, probably, yeah. So I'm not even sure if they offered me $1 million a year to play on TSM, if it would even be worth it for me to do it. It would be a bait. Well, I would have to live in LA because that's where the studios would be. I mean, that's not on the table, by the way, guys. There's no way I'm not good enough to be anywhere close to pro, but I gotta start trading with him. I'm never gonna get my wards.
Shoot.
No, I wouldn't want to move, but I was just entertaining the idea. Someone said, why do you have TSM open? I was just kind of joking, saying they offered me a contract for $1 million a year to go play for them. And then I was like, just hypothetically walking through it, would I even do it? Shouldn't have flash. Probably dead. Oh my god, I got debated. Damn it, and Graves wasn't even around. I thought maybe I could jump back over to Graves, but I didn't notice he was gone already. Hashtag Vayne, if that was anyone but Vayne. Well, not Ezreal, not Kai'Sa. I guess if it was a good ADC, we would have been able to do something, but... When I consider coaching a pro team, I mean, same drill, I'd probably make even less as a coach, I would imagine, and I'd have to move to LA. I don't know, man. I don't know if that would even be considered rich in LA. I mean, by some people's standards, but... I mean, maybe, but, like, I just don't think, like, trying to own a house, you know, thinking about, like, public schools, other costs of living, you know, the, crime problem, like, the taxes. I mean, you're gonna get, like, 50% of it taxed out. Probably. I don't know how much private schools are run there, because I probably couldn't send her to LA public schools. Like here, I can send her to a public school and it's fine. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I could live somewhere on the outskirts and, you know, travel in, but... Got a pin? Damn, it'd be really nice if she actually pinned someone into the wall there. I mean, I know she can't do much, but it's getting rough.
There's wildness in the bees and the flowers. It's just a fury humans.
I gotta go for trades though, or I'm just never gonna get my, I'm never gonna get my wards. Blitz can hook me mid-grab if he wakes up, but... Or mid dash. Keeps going for Vayne though. She's so sad. Graves getting wrecked. Even by AD Shaco. What? Graves gets like 60 free armor or something.
I'm gonna come down.
Okay, Vayne, go, 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 Vayne, please. God, she just doesn't do any damage whatsoever.
I'm coming.
Okay, I've
I don't know
got
if
kind of
we'll
low
make it
health.
for Blitz.
Watch out for the hook. Yeah.
I think I can get behind him.
Yeah. Favorite ADC to pair with? Draven, Misfortune, Jhin. Anything that's gonna get a BF sword on their first back is acceptable. Xayah is okay if the person's really good with Xayah, but Xayah in general is not in a great place right now in terms of the meta. And she's one of the harder ADCs to play correctly. You gotta be careful. Blitz has Mobies. Blitz could be roaming too. I don't. Anything that does damage early, anything that's relevant before 20 minutes, I'm on board with. Shaco might get you there. Be careful.
Yeah, he got me.
Yeah, he was just in the top quadrant. Well, I don't care so much about the weirdos or the culture. I'm sure it'd be fine in Cali or whatever. I'd like it. The weather's good. It's just very expensive. It's like extremely expensive. I mean, if I was single and did something, like, I'd probably do it if I was single. If I was younger and single. Can we fight yet? I still don't have any damage. I mean, I could engage on these guys almost any time I want with my ult. But it's just going to be so hard to kill them. Guess at least I don't have a dragon yet. Is that fake one? No, it's a real one. We got him.
Coming down to you guys.
I've been kicked around since I was born. It's alright. It's okay. I'm staying alive.
I've been to LA once. Like I don't want to dump on LA. Like it's got a lot of cool stuff there probably, but I went there once and this was even before it was like too expensive and really bad, and it was just like it's okay. I was surprised by how dingy Hollywood was. Like the main Walk of Fame or whatever with the hands on it and stuff and the expensive stores, like that looks nice. But then everything else was like barred up windows and just like just rough looking. And that was back in like 2010. I've heard it's gotten way, way worse these days. Nah, we're getting...
Silas is missing.
Yeah, we're getting roamed on, most likely. I'm just dead, aren't I? I didn't even see him. We had so many wards there. I guess he, like, hugged this wall or something. I knew Silas was going to be there. I just didn't see Shaco or Silas. So... Oh my god. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, if they did house me as part of the contract, I guess.
I feel like my allies aren't
That's what I'm saying. If I was single, like, that might make a little more sense.
serious.
Like, if I could have a bunch of roommates or house, I just don't, like, would they take in my wife and daughter? Or if I was a coach, I don't know. It's practically probably not. Nice.
I need some fun. Now.
Hey, what's up, Jenny? Yeah, if I could just go there and be single and stay in that house and just like save all the money and then eventually come back after a couple of years or something, be good. But I don't think I'd want to give up. I mean, like, I could go over there and just have my wife stay here, but I don't think I'd want to give up my daughter basically for a couple of years to do that. And even if I flew out like every weekend or something, it probably wouldn't even be possible. I mean, they practice for like probably 12 hours a day at least.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So even if they like, even if somehow they did house my daughter and I'd never get to see her or hang out with her.
Really?
good on Vayne. Like, if she pinned the blitz into the wall and kept, like, going on the blitz right there, you know, maybe we could do something, but it's like, I freaking W'd them, both of them under tower, and combined it with an ult, and we still just barely scratched him. I don't even know if we did scratch him. Well, yeah, but you have to keep in mind where they live. We were talking about LA. The fact that you do get your housing covered is nice. I mean, it's really competitive. It's a competitive...
Oh my god.
And, you know, you're working for 12 hours a day, and you could get dismissed anytime, you know? Like, I don't know. I'm okay with them getting paid that much. I mean, to some extent, it's private companies. It's a free market. Whatever they want to pay somebody, that's their market value, you know? You're down 30 CS. I've had good engages, I think. It's just... don't have any damage. We're gonna have to...
Should probably go and blade the Rune King. That's what it
Oh
looks
yeah,
like.
yeah. I mean, you kind of have to do that as Vayne, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to get him or not. Maybe if they commit. I have it warded because I have no vision control, so we've been in the tower all game. And they get rift for free because they saw Graves bottom. It's just a black hole. Whenever you have a champ like that. Please. Oh wow. We got some. We got back up, I think.
Wow.
Well, I'm not saying I'd be starving on the street. I'm just saying, would my quality of living be higher there right now than it is in Tennessee right now? And I'm not convinced that it would be. Like we were talking about, I think Dave said $800,000 will get you a shack in LA. I mean, that will get you like a literal mansion, like big ass house around where I live. Like 8,000 square foot, best part of town type of thing. God bless. I could have flashed to save her, but I thought she might be able to do it without me.
Oh, I might have just saved him.
Well, it's gonna be looking for this hook. It's the fake one. Alright, maybe.
Humans think that to believe in something you have to be serious.
Coming online.
That's their problem.
You do have a contract, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like a very, I mean, you could get traded. There are probably buyout clauses too in almost all contracts. I don't know. Like I say, if I was a single guy, you know, and I really liked playing League, which I do. So, you know, if I was like, I don't know, 22 or something, and I got offered something like that, I'd probably do it. Or at least strongly consider it. But, you know, given wife, daughter, you know, the kind of life we have here right now. Our life's pretty good. I mean, I don't make a ton of money, but we're able to not, like, we're able to have a pretty good life without spending a lot of money, too. I mean, there's two sides to being wealthy.
I'm coming.
Right? I mean, half of it is how much you make, but half of it is also how much you spend. What's the value of that money that you make, you know?
Wow.
Really? What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, I live on a contract to contract also. I'm not sure if I'll be employed, you know, in any future semester. So I get that, but I don't know. It'd be really tough. Yeah, I mean, it is a very high stress. It depends on the. I mean, TSM's probably the highest stress team in North America from rumor on the street. But yeah, I mean, it is a very high stress environment. They work very long hours, and it's very competitive, you know. But that is a lot of money. Like, if I was like 22 and I could do it for just like a few years or something, and then just save it up and then come back out, you know, to Tennessee with a lot of money, I would, you know, I'd be into that. But it's not sure if it's worth, like I said, the family stuff. Shit, I'm just getting. Why are they all three in that bush? I guess there's nothing else for them to do on the map. It just seems really random. I mean, I guess they saw me coming down probably on some kind of wards in here.
Jeez. Get it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to entertain myself. What you do?
An enemy has been slain.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. We're kind of getting back in there. Fiora is going to be a problem. Okay, 2 items, but Vayne might eventually start doing some damage.
Shut down.
Nice. That was huge.
Okay, can we
We might be able to.
can we Baron? Well, Vayne's not up
Yeah.
there.
Let's say we could probably do that.
Can we?
Let's do it.
I mean-
Shake goes up in 3 seconds. We gotta burn it.
Yeah, I think, especially with Yorick, I think we can do it.
Just fight them. Well, maybe not. We're good.
Let's push this up, and then so we can get this tower, and then dragon.
I can always use my tower too to drop it.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, really nice.
Can we? Okay, I guess we're just. All right, let's.
I should have just came over the edge.
They ain't seen me.
Guess Silas is gonna get a buck. Okay. Maybe.
Oof.
Maybe I can go do it.
Nah. Well, it's really careful with Blitz. What's up, Jenny? Nice, congrats.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Without wild magic, we have no children, we have no future.
I mean, it's not 30x, but it's like, it's a lot. Like, Tennessee's one of the cheapest places in the country, and then California is one of the most expensive places. Like, there's no state income tax in Tennessee. There's a sales tax, but the taxes are just like way lower. And then, like I said, I mean, not 30x, but houses are probably 3 or 4 times on a like square footage basis. We need to just get middle. Like, they're all pushing up mid. They're gonna get that tower. Y'all need to be careful in transit.
Okay.
I'll have vision around there.
Woo! I am so into this.
I don't know what I need to get next. Lock it or something. I don't even know if we can siege these guys down. I mean, okay, Shaco just lost his mind. Fiora, we gotta go match Fiora here in a second. Wow, I'm surprised I didn't hook him. I guess Blitz didn't have his hook or something. Shaco's just tilted off the face of the earth, I think, right now. I feel sorry for him. You think we should give him a few kills?
Sounds like something we would do.
We may inadvertently do it.
Yeah.
Let's hope not.
Magic is supposed to be love is
Shaco's like completely falling apart. I don't know.
ecstasy needs
We push bot. Baron. Never mind.
I don't know, Black Falcon. It's okay. I mean, sometimes life's not all about money. I mean, it'd be really cool. I mean, it's strictly hypothetical. It's like I'm not gonna get that offer. But like I said, it's kind of hard to put a price on friends and family. You can kind of put a price on school system, but like I can send, like I said, I can send Rory to public schools here. Like, there are good public schools, like relatively safe, like solid schools.
Baron? Shaco's bot.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
And he just killed Shaco.
Yeah, I'll take it. Wow, dude. What the hell, man? This Yorick. Jesus. He just like 1v3'd. And he got smashed early game. Yorick OP confirmed. Not on my watch, sir.
Probably should push top.
Let's see if we can get her. She's probably gonna run. Oh, you done went the wrong way, honey. Maybe. Come on, get her. Okay.
Going ham, Bane.
Dude, what is going on with this Yorick, man? We should. Well, I don't know. We do have a lot of minions around, I guess. Oh. Okay.
They have 2 dead.
Got him.
Wow. I didn't know about that one at first.
Yeah, I was looking spooky, but they just hung in there, and Yorick just started, like, Yorick and Graves just started going off. I honestly, I don't know a lot about Yorick. He's one of the weirdest champs. You very rarely ever see him. But I thought he was going to be, I thought we were in trouble. I mean, I guess he wasn't losing top too hard, but
their gen was 3-0 with almost 250 CS. Man.
Yeah, I mean, their gen was up like 80 CS on our Vayne, who was 1-5. I mean, that's why people say they're like, how do you win if your ADC's bad? It's like, well, play Rakan or Bard or, just something else that can it can work, because I was able to protect Azir, protect Graves, just all sorts of people in fights, and
I got cut out a couple times that I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I made some mistakes.
Right when we were sieging with Baron, I got cut out by the Jhin, and then the Silas jumped on me, and you tried to save me, but I just died.
Yeah. Sadie, you stink. Yeah, we were almost able to turn that around, but yeah, I mean, we got that first Baron, that helped out a ton, and then Shaco just lost his mind. I mean, he had most of their gold. He was probably like 10-3 or something.
No. At one point, he was 9-3, and then he just kind of went down the gutter.
Yeah, his AD Shaco. I mean, once I was around, like anytime he tried to open on someone, I just shielded him, and that was it. And like his itemization, he got Tiamat, which is weak in team fights, and then he got Sanguine Blade, which is weak in team fights, and then he got Mortal Reminder when almost no one on our team had any armor at all. If you look at all of our items, like there's like Ninja Tabby on Yorick. That's literally it. So he got like a Last Whisper item instead of some other assassin type of item. So fell off pretty hard. Well, I gotta call it there. Unfortunately, I gotta grade these essays. I know it sucks, but hopefully I can get
I might
back
try
in
and
tomorrow.
play a few. Hopefully I can win them.
All right. Well, good luck, sir.
Appreciate it.
I'll catch you next time.
That was great. Yeah.
Thanks.
You gonna be on tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be on.
All right. I'll catch you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
See you.
You mean graduation? Are you talking about like rates of different like races as far as integration, like percentages of minority students in schools, or are you talking about like graduation rates? It kind of depends. In the bigger cities, I'm in one of the bigger cities. It's not like a huge city, but for Tennessee, it's one of the bigger cities. And graduate, like it's pretty good. Like if you're talking graduation rates, it's in the 90s. It's probably like 95% or something in like the major high schools around here. We live in one of the nicer parts of town, not like super fancy, but the part of town with the best school systems, I think. I mean, there's only one other one that would even be remotely in question, but it's like 95% in the good public schools. And to be in the nice part of town, for example, like you can find houses in this nice part of town that are perfectly presentable, decent houses. Like the house that I grew up in, I think is probably still less than 200,000 in the nice part of town. And there are some that are even cheaper than that are perfectly serviceable houses you could probably find for 125 to 150. Now there are $1 million houses. You know, it's diverse, just like anywhere I'm sure is, but it's just because it's got the nice school systems. A lot of people really don't regard that very highly, honestly. That's it for the games. I'm just going to talk here for the last couple of minutes. People don't really price that in because we were looking at some other houses that were zoned for like different schools. It was still like the pretty good part of town, but there are some big differences, especially in the middle schools around here, and the prices are the same. It just really doesn't even. And there are some places in like a different part of town. There's one side of town where everything is cheaper and it's a really rough part of town, but there are two like pretty like decent sides of town, and then there's one that's like kind of a coin flip. It's okay. But yeah, so if you're talking about graduation rates, then it's going to be in like the 90s, 95. Now, more rural areas, like very like smaller towns in Tennessee, I'm not sure. Those are probably a little bit rougher. Do you think that's a general reflection of education there? What do you mean there? Like Tennessee or United States? Now, Tennessee in general is often regarded as one of the lowest like education places like in the country. I think a lot of the South gets a bad rap, but honestly, like it depends on what you're trying to do. But I think the schools are fine. Like, okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, if you're talking about like a race side of it, yeah, it's still like really white in Tennessee for the most part. The rough part of town is predominantly African American. You know, due to a lot of historic factors that go into that. So there were some very successful, cool, you know, African Americans. I was friends with several African Americans, you know, growing up and stuff. It's not like they didn't exist, but I mean, in my high school, there were probably out of like 2,000 students back in the day. There were probably like less than 30. Oh, percentage of mixed races in schools. Yeah, probably like less than 5% in some of the high schools. The high school my wife went to, there were literally 3 African Americans, I think, and like 1 or 2 Asians or something like that. It was a smaller school. Now she was in a more rural type of area where she comes from. But yeah, it's still the university I teach at is still like 80% or something white. So yeah, it's still going to be a very predominantly white area. Now over in Western Tennessee, once you get into Memphis, I think there's, you know, more diverse populations over there. But the South in general is going to be really white in a lot of places. There are some, I think like Alabama around like. Not Alabama necessarily, but like Georgia around Atlanta and stuff like that, I think is a bit more diverse. Maybe South Carolina in some places might be a little bit more diverse, but it's not that much. I mean, when I was in Ohio, it was very similar too. When I lived close to Cincinnati, the school that I taught at there was also 85% African American. I think the general population in the United States, it's like 20% or something. The census. Now this is from. Oh, this is 2019. I thought they only did the census every 10 years. Yeah, see, the United States in general. So that sounds bad. It's like it's mostly white, but like, and the like I said, the South, particularly where I live, is usually predominantly white, unless you're in like one of the big metropolitan cities. Might be a little different, but in general, just the overall population in the United States everywhere is 13.4% African American. So, you know, the university's not that far off. It's actually, there's more, I believe, represented at the university. Now my high school, like I said, there's probably like 5%, 10%, something like that. So that was a little bit a little bit different. Now that's just off the top of my head. I don't remember, and I don't know how it's changed over time. That was a long time ago. I was in high school, but do you think that's a general? Wait, what's a reflection of education? Sorry, I missed what you were saying, Will. I think the schools are like good. Are you saying that like in general it's like patchy? There are some parts of town that are better than others. I think that's probably true of anywhere. In general, if it's a place where there's a lot more money, not always, but often there's better school systems because a lot of the school systems get their money from local taxes. Speaking of Tennessee, okay, you're thinking of going to Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge. It depends. It's kind of, but in general, I think that it's doable. Like it's pretty moderate weather everywhere, or at least in East Tennessee, it's pretty moderate weather. You don't really get a ton of blizzards. Like you don't get a lot of snow. You don't get a lot of flooding. You don't get tornadoes or hail, wildfires, hurricanes. You pretty much don't get anything because it's surrounded by mountains. And I'm not a meteorologist. I don't know how this works, but it like messes with a lot of how's it was it taking? Be like 50s, probably. It depends. It's pretty random, but yeah, probably something like that. It could even be hotter than that, honestly. It's been hotter in recent years. But yeah, I would say that's probably a pretty good guesstimation. Sometimes it's colder. I mean, I guess it's just kind of random. House pricing not taking school area into account is a negative reflection on education there. Oh, okay. It's always Jack Daniels warming up. That's right. There is a lot of Jack in Tennessee. Jack Daniels, I don't drink a lot, but that was a pretty good whiskey when I used to drink more in my young 20s. I never was like a ton of drinking, but if I was at a party or something, or hanging out watching a sports game with some people, playing some, for fun video games or something, might have some drinks. Interpreted what you said about house pricing not taking school area into account as a negative reflection on education. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Where people don't seem to give, where like being in a premium school system isn't as high of a factor for home buyers because it's not factoring into their prices. I see what you're saying. I think a lot of it, honestly, first of all, there's a lot of single people or married people without kids that would not care about the school system. Other people might just want to put their kids in private school anyways. But there are some that just don't understand or value education. They just don't look it up. And I mean, that is kind of a bad reflection, but I think a lot of people just think of, you just put your kid in school. It's like a glorified daycare. You just send them there, tell them to get A's, and then, they go to college, they get a business degree, and they become an accountant. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I get what you mean, Will. It is hard on the internet. But yeah, formal education is not valued nearly as high as it should be, or like quality education, especially in the South. Now, there are people who do value it. Obviously, educators do. And there are people that do value it. But I think a lot of people are somewhat skeptical, honestly, of schooling in general. Like, it's got a lot of bad rap with, like, Common Core. A lot of my students critique it all the time, anywhere you go. And then at universities, everyone, there's a large contingency of people around here and in the South in general that think that, a lot of places in college are, trying to brainwash and corrupt their kids. They're trying to get them, they're like, have a very specific cultural agenda, and they're trying to indoctrinate their kids. And I mean, to be perfectly honest, they kind of are in a lot of places. If I'm being perfectly honest, they kind of are. Like, there's a very specific worldview and like cultural view that gets pushed in a lot of universities, and that's contrary to a lot of conservative parents. Now, whether or not you agree with that or whatever, that's just how people feel, and they are right to feel a little threatened that their views that they tried to instill in their kids are going to be challenged. Now, once again, whether or not that's correct or not, I'm just telling you that does drive a little bit of skepticism in people. Now, the university I teach at is actually pretty good. Like, they do teach a lot of stuff that's I think really good to help people combat racism, and all that stuff about that is really good. But I think it's a lot less, it's a lot more considerate of students and their background and things like that a little bit more than I've taught at other universities that are much more hardcore. Well, they will eviscerate you if you don't say exactly what the teacher believes. I mean, what I think in my class is, if anyone says, no one ever does, but if anyone says anything that's blatantly like racist or homophobic or something like that, yeah, I'm going to challenge that in class, obviously. But, I let people explore topics in ways that they want to explore it and talk about things that they want to talk about, and just kind of try to figure it out and learn it on their own without pushing, my agenda on them. I know one thing that is probably the thing that shows up the most that's kind of controversial, other than people writing about, gun control or abortion, for debates. But they're kind of surprisingly on both sides of those issues a lot. But the one thing that I've had several students write about that would be more controversial are like taking down, historical statues and stuff like that. Like I've had people write about different, like Confederate statues and stuff like that. And, they've written about the history of those people and, their communities and stuff like that. And someone's writing about Columbus and things like that. So the statue stuff recently has been something that, that I let them talk about and discuss and be kind of open-minded about, that, other schools would probably shut that down a lot faster. But anyways, I'm from a very liberal part of a very conservative state, and that reflects a lot of what I've seen and experienced for. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, my job as an educator in my class is, especially when it's like a freshman entry-level composition class, which is what I teach, is, I teach people how to think and how to write, how to clarify that, how to improve that, but they get to pick the topic and the perspectives they're most interested in exploring. It's not my job to teach them how to think, or it is to teach them how to think, but not what to think, right? So, if they want to write something like that, yeah, I try to have them think about multiple perspectives, consider different sides of every issue of anything they write about, whether it's super controversial or not, and just kind of learn the way that they want to learn, right? So my job is not to teach them cultural stuff in that class. Now, there might be other classes that are like that, right? If you sign up for a class that's like critical race theory, or you sign up for like a gender studies, something like, those type of classes, yes, they're going to teach it a certain way, most likely, but you're signing up for that. Yeah, it's complicated because, like, and once again, I don't want to take a different side, I don't want to get into the specific politics, but from the students who have written about it, points of view, they have come up front and disavowed slavery and racism. They said they don't like those types of things. But they're also saying that one girl is from North Carolina, and they took down something around Chapel Hill, I think, that she was talking about. But it was some Confederate general that, she said if you look at him historically and you examine him, he really did not like racism, but he got pulled into that war, and he wanted to try to serve and represent his community. So he just did it. Even though he didn't agree with everything that was, part of the cause, he was just a soldier that was caught up in it, and he just, wanted to protect his family and friends, and that type of stuff in there, right? And then she, brought in a bunch of his letters and things like that. So I don't know. It's really complicated, but I think it's good to have discussions about that type of stuff and just bring it out and just let students express how they feel and get into conversations with people. Even if you are, you think your mission as an educator is to teach people how to be a good citizen, teach them all of this stuff. If it is to kind of teach them a certain culture, I think it's still worthwhile to get people to bring stuff out and discuss it in the open, so that if you want to challenge it, you can challenge it. Or if you want to get them to think more deeply about it, get them to think more deeply about it. But if students are too scared to even mention anything, they're just going to hide out in the shadows if they have some of these, especially if you think about some of the, darker places they could go with that. They're going to hide in the shadows. They're going to continue to be very skeptical of the education system. They're going to get most of their education from, perhaps questionable Reddit threads or YouTube videos or things like that. And it's just, you're not going to be able to engage or, try to change their mind about anything if that's what you think your mission is. So I think that it benefits a lot of people to have more, open-minded dialogue. Just because you're having a civil dialogue with someone does not mean you have to agree with them, right? But I think that's the best way to get someone to consider what you think and what you believe, is to show that you are at least listening to them and trying your best to understand their perspective, even if they don't agree. I think a lot of people just want to feel like, that they can have, and I think a lot of students do want to have conversations about some of these things, but they just feel like they can't because certain teachers or certain professors are going to get them, and they will. That's not an unrealistic belief. That's the truth. And a lot of places, like I said, my university's better about that, but I think that it is difficult. So that's why some people are skeptical. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I mean, critical thinking, people don't realize this. It doesn't mean that you figure out what you think is right and you get everyone else to believe what you think is right. That's not critical thinking. That's just, trying to push an agenda, right? Critical thinking means that you're constantly re-examining what you're saying, what everyone else is saying, and you're constantly recalibrating what you think about different things and trying to improve your perspective. Try to understand as many different perspectives as you can, even if you disagree with them. That can at least help you appreciate your own perspective more, even if you don't change your mind about certain things. Just understanding how other people come to those realizations, and it's going to allow you to communicate better with those people, right? Whether it's, trying to outright convince them to believe something you believe, or whether it's, trying to, convince them of anything else that's going on in our culture, or, get them to hire you for a job, or, get them to trust you in different ways. So, anyways, well, I mean, I think that can be true, recognizing there isn't a singular truth or POV. I mean, maybe, but I think just the truth of something doesn't really matter when you're thinking about critical thinking, sort of. I mean, it's like the pursuit of understanding truth, but even if you think somebody is like wrong or whatever, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like not believe in something yourself. You can believe in absolute truths if you want. You can believe in God or Christianity or in anything else out there, right? But you can still understand and try to get different perspectives about other people, even if 100% you're not going to change your mind about something. It's good to just understand perspectives, I think. But anyways, I got to get out of here, unfortunately. I'd love to hang out and talk with you guys some more about different educational things. It's always a lot of fun. But I do have to finish these grades, and I do have to get these posted up and get ready for class today. So anyways, we'll be back tomorrow, and thank y'all very much for hanging out in this last part, even with no games for the last 30 minutes or so. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I would just encourage everybody that's watching, just try to understand other perspectives as much as possible. Once again, the key there is you don't have to change your mind. You can even try to understand it, even if 100% there's no way you're going to agree with what this person's saying. Just hear them out. How are they making their argument? How are they reasoning? Because just understanding it, that's knowledge in and of itself, even if it's not like you buy into 100% of what they're saying. I think it's good, and it's civil. And if you're trying to bring them to the conversation, if you really think that they are misguided, and if you think it's dangerous or it's bad for the culture, community, or whatever, just hear them out. Because I think a lot of times, if you're trying to have a good conversation with someone, just trying to understand their perspective will, that in and of itself will improve your ethos, your reputation with that person tremendously. Because they're like, hey, this person's actually listening to me. They're doing their best to understand my perspective, so I'll at least listen to them. But anyways, okay, well, that's going to be it. Thank y'all very much. As always, I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow around midnight Eastern Standard Time, and we'll try to do a more full full stream there. So sorry it was shortened. We had the technical issues early on, and then we had 2 dodges, but we got 3 good games in there. So anyways, that's going to be it. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time.